Hello and welcome. I am Stacey Thomas, author, ALS advocate, film producer, and talk show host. I'm here to motivate, educate, and entertain. Join me on YouTube every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Stacey Thomas Talk Show, where we have powerful discussions centered around health, relationship, careers, and everyday conversation. Follow me on Facebook, I am Stacey Thomas, on Instagram, Stacey Thomas Talk Show. And don't forget, I can promote you too. Email me at iamstaceythomas@gmail.com. Now, it's time for the show.
Angelically Blessed, founded by Kate and Chris Thurman, is a registered nonprofit organization with 501c3 status dedicated to helping families facing homelessness. We provide essential support, including financial assistance, food, clothing, and housing aid. So far, we've helped over 1,000 individuals in Georgia, and our goal is to expand nationwide. Join us for the Angelic Gatsby Gala on March 1st, 2025, from 4 to 8 p.m. for an unforgettable evening of fun and fundraising. This event will help raise vital resources like shelter, food, clothing, and financial support for families in need. We'll also be honoring individuals who are making a difference in their fields. Tickets are on sale now for $90. Don't miss this opportunity to make a difference in style at the Angelic Gatsby Gala.
Hello, hello, hello. I am Stacey Thomas, and you are watching the Stacey Thomas Show. Thank you to all who are here and anxious as I am to hear Kate Thurman speak about all the great things she's doing. Excuse me, if you know me, you already know for some reason, whenever I get online, something itches. Anyways, I am going to bring my beautiful guest up here because I could tell you about her before she comes on. I posted something about her when I was promoting the fact that she was coming on, but I always say no one can tell you about themselves the way you can. So please welcome my guest from Atlanta, Georgia, Kate Thurman.
Hi,
Hello,
Stacey.
beautiful.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. It's that smile, Kate. It's that smile. It's contagious, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I was anxious for this, Kate. We've talked a couple of times, but at the same time, I was excited about the fact that you said yes with your busy schedule to come on my platform. I will say this. My main question for you is, and I said I was going to let you tell about yourself. You're a visionary leader, best-selling author, TV producer, but not just of one, but two television shows, media personality, speaker. And then I read your bio and you're a licensed mortgage person, all 50 states.
Mhm.
How, Kate, are you doing all of this?
God,
Perfect answer. Good answer. God.
God,
Kate, God. So God keeps you going, right?
absolutely.
And the nonprofits, that's the first thing I want to talk about. So
Okay.
we played the commercial. Thank you for
Mhm.
allowing me to play the commercial, and we will play it again. Your nonprofit, one of your nonprofits are Angelically Blessed by the Thurmans, you and your husband.
Mhm. Yes.
Can you tell us about that nonprofit?
Yes. So, Angelically Blessed Incorporated was founded in 2023 by my husband Christopher and I. I have a whole story behind it. Why we, it's cute, but we started it because we wanted to give back. And we wanted to, be able to be a helping hand to others. And so, because I went through a house fire, we wanted to help families impeding homelessness. I went through a house fire in 2019. I left. My daughter went to college, to school that morning. I left and went to work, and my family was in the house. I get a call, and they told me, "Your house on fire." And I remember saying, "Who house?" They said, "Your house." So I had to drive an hour and 15 minutes to get home to see that I had nowhere to live. Red Cross came in, gave us $1,500, and the majority of the people in my house had asthma. So and the smoke was in the wall. So with all of that going on, I'm like, what are we supposed to do with $1,500? We lived in a hotel for 2 months, and no one gave us help. We had no help, no resources. All we drained 401k, everything we needed to get done, we got done out of our own pockets. So I know what it feels like to not have that support or anyone reaching out to help you when you need help, and such a dire time. And so fast forward, here, my husband and I, we were sitting there talking, and he's just a loving, giving person. And we were talking, and one day from church, we were talking about it, and we revisited, and we were talking. We said we need a nonprofit, because what we do with the kids, we'll go and get our clothes and shoes. We'll pack sandwiches and just go feed the homeless. So he said, "Well, babe, let's put $5 in a just a separate account, and so we can help people." And I said, "Well, by the time we put $5 in the account, we're not gonna help that many people." We started a nonprofit, Angelica Bliss. Yeah.
From what, because of what you had gone through.
Yes, that's one of the reasons. And just being a giver, the both of us just being givers. Um,
You know, it's something how God work. It's something how God works. Not saying that God caused the fire. I'm not saying that, but we'll go through things, and even through storms, we are blessed. I've said this before, and in turn, it makes us bless other people. And what you and your husband are doing, and gonna have a show to bring both of y'all on here, because I see how y'all smile at each other and you giggling talking about it.
am I giggling?
um, so we can hear more about that. So you have that, and then you have your other nonprofit, Faith Safe Havens Women's Ministry.
Yes. So that one is a program underneath Angelically Blessed, actually. And with that, I was asleep, and God put it in my belly. I had a whole vision that He gave me, how we're going to help women that suffer in silence from sexual assault, domestic violence, mental abuse, financial restraint. And I called everyone that was put on me to call, that He told me to call, to help get this started. And so we ministered to women that went through that, because I suffered in silence. I was one of the ones that suffered in silence. So I felt like I needed to give back. I needed to show people that no matter what you've been through, you are not what you've been through. You're just not. And so you can press through and press on and use your voice to speak out.
Wow. God just all over you, Kate. He just been on you,
Mhm.
girl. And you're doing awesome things. I'm not even going to go into exactly what happened to you. My only question for you is, because you said you suffered in silence, was it difficult when God said what He wanted you to do? Be- because you had already gone through some things. Was it difficult to share your story and then try to help others?
No, it wasn't difficult at that time, because it came around the time where I decided to write in She Said Yes to Herself anthology, when I
Mhm.
met Chanel. So when I decided to use my voice, because at first I wanted to just, talk about the good things that I had going on, not all the bad things that I had going on. And that just wasn't enough. Um, and God saw fit for me to, help people in another way. So I put my story out there. I have a chapter, it's Walking in My True Divine Purpose. And it talked about some of the things that, I went through in my life, but that wasn't enough. So it wasn't hard to do it at that point, because I had already made the decision to put it in the anthology. That was the hard part.
That was
Just
the
coming
hard
to
part.
you.
So are you ready? Are you ready for the questions that people are going to have? Are you ready for speaking engagements that people are going to want you to come and speak to women? Are you ready for what God has put on you to do, Kate?
Yeah, I am. I've done a little speaking. Mind you, I was one of the ones that I felt like I didn't have a voice. Nobody wanted to hear. Everybody wanted to pick at me, so I felt like I didn't really have a voice. So, I am ready now, because it's out there. It's my truth, and The questions I've had a few interviews where people have asked me questions, and I'm going to answer it as honestly and as I'm be as transparent as I can be, because at the end of the day, my story can help someone else and give them the courage to stand up and say, "Hey, you can do this."
Wow. Wow. Kate, when you decided to have the courage, when you decided to tell the story, right?
Mhm.
Did you ever doubt that maybe it was something you should keep to yourself? Did you ever feel like it may be too embarrassing or you didn't want those that were around you to know?
Well, I don't. I won't say. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I went to my family, my husband and my mom, my kids, and I let them know that I was, thinking about doing this. I asked them how they felt. They told me how they felt. They were okay with it, and nothing else really mattered. Actually, after that, because God was with me, and
Wow.
not embarrassed. At first, I used to be embarrassed, but what am I embarrassed about? What did I do to be embarrassed for? Like, I'm not embarrassed.
I'm glad you said that because there are people that probably want to talk about something, but they're too worried about embarrassment. That some people walk around. Oh my goodness, that wasn't supposed to happen. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me just say this. Stacy got a new phone, right, Kate?
Hmm.
Obviously, I don't know about the settings because when I think the ringer's off, it still rings.
It happens. It's okay. I was doing an interview and the phone went off.
No,
And
no, no. I
you
apologize for that. So for you've spent over 20 years using your time to uplift other people.
so I spent 20 years. I had my own daycare. I absolutely love taking care of kids, love kids. So I spent 20 years in my daycare. I ran a whole daycare, loving on kids, being married, and I felt like I was lost in that marriage. So that's the part of that suffering and silence, not being myself, not being able to be who God called me to be, not being able to smile a lot. And I would smile. And I remember one of my bosses before, he said, you walk around here and you smile and you don't look like what you've been through, but I wasn't able to smile inside. I wasn't smiling inside. I may do this, but that wasn't me. Now I'm smiling inside and out.
Wow. Kate, when you were younger,
Mm.
because I see what you're doing now, but when you were younger, what was your dream?
Ugh.
Did you know, like, some people know, some people get a feeling when they're younger. Did
I
you have any idea you would be doing what you're doing today?
Not an idea that I'll be doing this. So when I was in high school, I used to write a lot of plays for school. I used to write just doing plays, and Robert Townsend, the actor Robert Townsend,
Uh-huh.
came to Alabama from Alabama,
Okay.
and he got a directing and a writing school, and I was the only one in the whole county that I was in that was accepted. I applied for the directing and the writing, and yeah, I met a lot of actors and actresses, and that was a start of knowing, oh, like, yeah, I can do this. I like writing. I mean, I wrote for him, and he called me back.
Well, no stopping you then, huh?
No stopping
And,
me.
and
No
speaking of
stopping me.
writing, Kate, two television shows, two. Not,
Mhm.
oh, I've got a TV show. I've got two shows. Okay, that's you, Kate. Two shows.
Mhm.
Ah, what platform? Tell us the name of the shows and how we can watch them.
So, Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans is a show that I have with my husband Christopher. It's on Zondra TV Network, courtesy of Keep It Real TV, and that's on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and of course Zondra TV Network. And that has a reach of 357 million viewers and is in 197 countries. And then we have the Kate Thurman Show. That is actually my new baby. So we're still vamping that. Right now, we just have it on all the social media platforms for now. Stay tuned.
Kate, Kate, how does someone be lucky enough to be on one of your shows?
They can reach out to us, the Graceful Gatherings 811 at gmail.com. If they want to reach out for the Kate Thurman Show, they also can use that same email. We have, you can contact us 770-765-6641. All social media, Kate Thurman. And Graceful Gatherings with the Thurman. So it's easy.
Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans.
Mhm.
Kate, there go that smile. I'm sorry, I keep talking about it. You're smiling, but when you say something about we, or me and my husband, girl, ain't nothing like love, and I'm glad you're showing everybody that it's all over you.
It's there.
So you have a gala coming up. I can't wait. And before we get into that, I would like to play, if it's okay with you, your advertisement for it again.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Angelically Blessed, founded by Kate and Chris Thurman, is a registered nonprofit organization with 501c3 status dedicated to helping families facing homelessness. We provide essential support, including financial assistance, food, clothing, and housing aid. So far, we've helped over 1,000 individuals in Georgia, and our goal is to expand nationwide. Join us for the Angelic Gatsby Gala on March 1st, 2025, from 4 to 8 p.m. for an unforgettable evening of fun and fundraising. This event will help raise vital resources like shelter, food, clothing, and financial support for families in need. We'll also be honoring individuals who are making a difference in their fields. Tickets are on sale now for $90. Don't miss this opportunity to make a difference in style at the Angelic Gatsby Gala.
Wow. So, most people, I haven't forgotten what you said earlier. So, you guys had a fire, and you said $1,500 from Red Cross and no help from anywhere else.
No.
So, a lot of people would say, you know what? Nobody came to help me. A lot of people would be angry. Yet, here you are uplifting women, blessing people by way of your television shows, by your story being told. And you have a gala coming up,
Mhm.
and it's to continue to bless families.
Mhm.
How do you feel when you know that you've blessed someone?
Whew. I feel I feel great. I feel like it's what I'm supposed to do. Um, I feel like that's my reason for being here, and along with being a mother to my kids and my family. But I feel like that's a part of who I am, just to give back.
Okay. Doing
Just,
all these wonderful things. And I always say we should create our own story. Rather than have someone tell our story ourselves, let us create our own story and show it while we're here.
mhm.
What, when someone mentions to your great grandchildren, your great grandmother had this, she did that, she did that. What's the most important thing you want your great grandchildren to know about you?
Giving is caring. Caring is love, and I want them to know that that's who I was: a giver, a lover, a caring person. Um, and because I want them to follow in my footsteps and do the same thing.
Okay, okay. You're just awesome. And congratulations, you're going to be on the cover of a magazine? Or are you
Yes, I
on
am.
the cover?
Yes, I am on the cover of I Am magazine.
I am.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, I
okay.
Am magazine. Follow their page,
Okay,
and I am also. I have an article in Canva Rebel magazine as
okay,
well.
okay.
Same time, both this month.
Superwoman. Superwoman. Well, Stacy has her questions, and Stacy doesn't always hit everything. Is there
Mhm.
anything that we need to know, Kate, that has not been discussed before we end the show?
I think we touched on a good
We
bit.
touched on a good bit.
Yeah.
Because I know you're doing so many great things. I don't like to leave something off as if I didn't think that was important. And I wanted to
Um,
make sure that people got to know you and that they see what you're doing. And I always hope that when people see what you're doing or what I'm doing, they'll decide what is
mhm.
it that I can do to bless others.
Right. Understood.
So you have the gala in
Mhm.
March. I'll see you in March, sweetheart.
See you in March.
I'm wishing you the very best.
Thank you.
Talk to the one that makes you smile the whole time you're talking to him. And we'll have both of you guys on the show so we can get his input and see exactly what he feels about everything that you guys have going on. Okay.
Okay, wonderful. We can't
And
wait.
I will post the flyer. We're going to play the video again and any other information that you feel like someone needs to know. I'd like for you to come back under the show and post it in the comments. So,
Okay.
just real quick, Dr. Taz, congrats, Kate Thurman.
Dr. Paz.
Uh, go, Kate. And there's Chanel was on the show. We had a ball. Chanel, Coach
Yes.
Leslie. And oh, the magazine. Dr. Taz says
Thank
congrats on the
you.
magazine cover.
Mhm.
Thank you guys for coming
Thank
on
you
and
guys.
supporting
Thank you,
her.
Chanel and Dr. Taz, for watching.
You, young lady, take care of yourself. Keep doing what you're
Thank you.
doing. And just know that we all are thankful for you. Okay?
Appreciate that.
Have
Thank
a
you.
great one.
You too.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Look at God. Another great interview with another great person that's blessing others. You guys always say if you don't fight for what I fight for, if you don't fight for what Kate fights for, fight for somebody and fight for something. Pick something. You need more Kates in the world. But while you're working on creating your own story, follow Kate Thurman. If you're in the Atlanta area, if you're outside of the Atlanta area and you're saying to yourself, I need a break, I need a mental break from where I'm at, go on her page, get the information for the gala, meet us there. I'm sure we're going to have a great time. And remember, at the end of the day, her gala is not just for her and her family, but it's to bless others. I'm going to end with her commercial. Remember what I always say. Yes, I thought I cut it off. Don't stress too much about yesterday. Don't worry too much about tomorrow, because if you do, you just might miss living today. I am Stacey Thomas. Have a great night.
Angelically Blessed, founded by Kate and Chris Thurman, is a registered nonprofit organization with 501c3 status dedicated to helping families facing homelessness. We provide essential support, including financial assistance, food, clothing, and housing aid. So far, we've helped over 1,000 individuals in Georgia, and our goal is to expand nationwide. Join us for the Angelic Gatsby Gala on March 1st, 2025, from 4 to 8 p.m. for an unforgettable evening of fun and fundraising. This event will help raise vital resources like shelter, food, clothing, and financial support for families in need. We'll also be honoring individuals who are making a difference in their fields. Tickets are on sale now for $90. Don't miss this opportunity to make a difference in style at the Angelic Gatsby Gala.